want you under my skin.
Under my skin, you think? Hey, what a fine figure of a young man.
I've got to sit down very slowly because I split my trousers earlier.
No, what happened?
They're sewn together.
Where did you split them?
On the top of the right cheek.
And what happened?
I don't know. I turned around and luckily my dad spotted it. So
but there's not much of you. There's not much of you. It's not like you're a big muscular fella like me who can flex a cheek and tear cloth.
Well, no. I feel very puny sitting back there next to Sly.
I bet you do. Hey, what's your favourite Sylvester Stallone character or movie?
Rambo First Blood. I've just got him to sign my DVD, which
No,
I brought along actually, yeah. So,
did he sign it and say, by the way, your trousers are ripped, you're showing your ass?
Yeah.
Rambo.
That'd be a cool autograph.
That would be a very good one to have. How nice to have you here, though. I've enjoyed seeing you. I enjoyed very much when I first saw you in a movie when you were a kid, way back when. But Skins, which I don't think I'm necessarily the target audience for Skins, but I've certainly been enjoying it because my daughter is hooked on it, and my wife likes it as a result of that.
Well, that's very nice. I mean, it's nice that, you know, it has taken off and people do seem to like it. So we never expected it to do as well as it did, really.
But I imagine it's a bit like this show. It's mainly a teenage audience who watch it because they like the good-looking fellas.
Yeah.
But if there are any oldies accidentally watching my show tonight, who haven't seen it, okay, how would you describe the show? What is the nature of it? What do you see on any given week?
Basically, each week focuses on a different member of the main group.
So that's the main group there behind you, yeah? That's the main group?
That's the main group of us, yeah. You know, they're a bunch of kids who are still in college. And it just shows their lives, really. It shows what's going on, and, you know, they've got a great team of writers, and they just kind of show
it's an interesting group of writers. I'll ask you about in a minute. And so the guys are meant to be, you're all meant to be, what, 17, 18, just around the age you are right now?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you think it's an accurate reflection of teenage life in that respect? Because it seems pretty wild to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, you get people asking that quite a lot, whether it's accurate, and it's difficult to say. I mean, it doesn't reflect my life, and obviously it's entertainment, so...
so they would exaggerate it a little bit?
They're going to exaggerate it.
But there seems to be an awful lot of... Okay, let's be frank here, shall we? Can I talk to you frankly? By the way, has your dad had that chat with you yet? Because I don't want to be the one to break certain things to you if you haven't...
No, it'd be nice.
Family
it'd be nice. Okay. Do inform me.
Okay, well, because there appears to be full intercourse on the show.
There has, yeah. I did my first sex scene this year.
Right, okay.
Terrifying.
Now, I have a teenager in my house, my daughter, and she assures me that none of that business goes on. That at parties and some such, occasionally, after proper introduction has been made, a handshake is given. And then maybe 3 or 4 years later, your lips are allowed to touch. That is the situation, as I'm led to believe.
You court each other.
You court each other?
Yes.
Are people out there banging away like barn doors, though? Is that the case, do you think? Because I'll be honest with you, if I was watching that when I was a kid, at that age, I'll be honest with you, Nicholas, I didn't get any action. I didn't get any action, okay? Until I was, I think, 19. I got a bit of action. Not full action, do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to speak in that code here that people want to...
Okay,
but I got, yeah, sort of half action.
Okay.
What, just slightly more than half action.
Okay.
But it was too quick, the action, because I've been waiting too long. Is this...
yeah, well...
You know what I'm talking about, you're a young man.
I do know what you're talking about.
But it seems to me, like now, all the rules are off and people do seem to be quite free with their affection. Would I be correct?
I mean, I personally haven't experienced it too much, but I think, you know...
Hold on a second. No one believes you. It's a lovely thing to say. You're making me feel a lot better about myself, but no one believes that you haven't been getting more than your fair share, Nicholas Hoult.
Thank you.
You're a good-looking young man. You're on the TV. Hey, I was doing an award show last summer, and Nicholas came out to give an award. It wasn't a televised one. It was for a magazine. A lot of very attractive women in the audience, wasn't it? It was for Glamour magazine. He came and says, the place went nuts. There were women, and they weren't necessarily young women, throwing their old baggy old M&S knickers up on the stage and, you know, ripping off the hormone patches and leaping at him. It was terrifying, frankly.
I will be honest with you. I made friends with one of the tables at the back. I didn't really know them, but I did say, like, when I go up, can you give me a big cheer, because nobody's going to really know who I am.
Well, now I feel foolish, because I believed it, but it wasn't just that one table. The whole woman, you must be getting, I would have thought, a lot of attention. I'm sure girls are quite keen to meet you.
I don't know. It's got, you know, you do get people quite keen to meet you, not just even girls, you know. You get nice people coming up and saying nice things, which is lovely, obviously, and then you get people coming up to you, and I had a bloke come up to me, I was filming Coming Down the Mountain in Euston Station, and I was just standing there, minding my own business, between takes, and he just walked over and went, "You're that guy from Skins. You're a twat." that was it, no explanation, and just walked off. And I was kind of stood there, and I was, that hurt.
It must be nice to work on that series. The first time everyone saw you, and I know it was a big hit movie, which I enjoyed very much, was in About a Boy.
Yeah.
I don't know, was that your first big acting job?
Yeah, I'd been doing it since I was 5, sort of thing.
So just to let there is the... Now, how old were you when you made that film?
I was 11 then.
11, look at that.
Yeah, so 7 years ago.
Look at that. And you played Marcus in that, and they gave you just about the worst haircut you could give a young kid. And that was for the part, of course. But was that a kind of almost a deal breaker for you, or you just happy to go along with it?
No, well, yeah, I was kind of, they said, like, don't cut your hair as we started the auditioning, so I didn't. And then first day on set, out came the scissors and chip chop.
Oh.
But I was at the age where I didn't really care. To take
Well, you
it.
looked cute with it still, and it's what we liked about the character, was the fact that he looked a little bit like that, and therefore, you know, you felt all the more sympathy for him. Yeah. How was it working? That was meant to be a nice thing to say. How was Hugh Grant to work with? How was it working with you?
He was lovely. He was a great person to work with first, I think, on something like that, because I didn't realise when I was doing it just how big it would be and stuff. So it was good to work with somebody like that who's, you know, he's down to earth and a nice bloke.
And he's been through that kind of thing himself. He's been in films that suddenly exploded huge, that weren't expected to. But did you learn much from him? Was he helpful as an actor to an actor? Did he encourage you and help you in that respect?
Yeah, he was helpful. I think the main thing I learned from him was just as a kind of role model and how to, like, be around set and how to handle the attention, because I started doing all the press with him as well.
Of course, yeah.
Which was obviously terrifying. I remember getting out of the car at Leicester Square for the premiere, my knees shaking away and everyone shouting his name like this roar, and kind of walked around with him not knowing what to do, but yeah, he kind of...
He's a cool character in that situation.
He is, yeah.
Right, let's have a look at a clip. This is Nicholas in About a Boy.
So who were they then?
Who?
What do you mean who? The ones trying to embed sweets into your skull?
Oh, them. Just a couple of older kids. Started following me after school.
Was this happen often?
I never chucked sweets before. I only just thought of that one.
I'm not talking about the sweets, I'm talking about kids trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah, they give me a hard time. You know, about my hair and my clothes and singing and stuff.
And what? And singing?
Oh, sometimes I sing aloud without noticing.
That's not a brilliant idea, is it?
I said I did it without noticing, didn't I? It just happens. I'm not going to do it on purpose, am I? I'm not stupid, you know.
Well, my advice is just, you know, keep out of people's way. Try to make yourself invisible.
How am I supposed to be invisible? Is one machine's in your kitchen an invisible machine? I don't think so. I just try not to think of it, that's all. It happens and I wish it didn't. That's life, isn't it?
Well done. Well done. It's a great film, and a lovely film. It's a very sweet-natured film. I like it a lot. You know, now, so you're a young man. You're still 18 at the moment. Do you have any kind of ambitions you want to do, not just necessarily work-related, but stuff you like to do as a young man?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I just kind of want to keep on doing good stuff, really, and try and get better as an actor and see what happens, really.
Well, that's very noble. What about just hanging out? Do you want to hang glide? Do you want to bungee jump? Do you want to box? Do you want to learn how to do a backflip on a trampoline?
I must admit, I did want to box for a little bit because after seeing the Rocky films.
Same here. When I first saw the Rocky film, I came out convinced I was going to become a world-class boxer.
A lot more difficult than it looks.
Yeah, I went to one lesson, I got knocked on my arse.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm a -9 in each eye. I couldn't see it coming. I had to take my glasses off. Did you ever do any boxing training?
I never actually went to... I just got a punch bag and kind of hit it.
I shouldn't imagine you hit it very hard, Nicholas, because there's not a lot of you, is there, really? It was more of a rub, was it?
Yeah.
More of a stroke.
Yeah, I stroked my punch bag.
Hey, when you go back, squeeze Stallone's arm for me, really. I want to know if it's still all there.
Yeah, is that all right?
Great to have you on the show. Oh, no, he's warming up for you. He'll give you a few boxing tips. You want to, yeah, come on. You got to put your body behind it. That's what you got to do. Swing into it.
Nice one.
Yeah, like I know. Nicholas, good luck with Skins. It's a great fun series. My daughter's loving it. My wife, curiously, is also hooked, so it's great fun. I'm going to join in. I'm going to jump in with both feet. Great to have you here. Continued success in the acting world. What a talented young man. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nicholas Hoult. Thanks, Nicholas. Great to see you.